Right guys, I am the real Mawman, otherwise known as Stereotype, Casey's Maw, the Mawman, Gaping Mawman, various other pseudonyms. This is my first sneaker review of the Olympic Jordan 5s or Independence Day 5s, whichever you prefer to call them. White, varsity red, midnight navy. There you go. These were purchased yesterday from a Nike store in Glasgow. I have been looking for a pair of white 5s since I was about 16, maybe about 15 actually, which was almost half my life ago, very very long time. And I've only recently started buying sneakers again. Used to be a heavy sneaker addict when I played basketball when I was younger. Started playing when I was about 13, played till I was about 19, 20, and then quit for some unknown reason. I wish I didn't. I have recently started playing again. I did have a very large sneaker collection from when I did play basketball, all the best 90s shoes. Unfortunately, due to various home moves and financial problems and such, most of them had to go or got lost as a result of home moves, etc. But started playing basketball again this year, started buying sneakers again, and just trying to basically work on getting my game tight and keeping my shoe game tight as well. As I said, I used to buy all the shoes in the 90s, Jordans, Zoom Flights, pennies, lots of different stuff. And I will say this, the game has definitely changed from when I used to buy basketball shoes, or Jordan shoes, specifically Jordan shoes, but we'll come to that in a minute. Back to these for now. As I say, I love the look of these. I was initially put off by the patent because the contrast between the patent and the grain leather, photographically it doesn't look good. On film it looks terrible. When you see them in real life, they actually look pretty sweet. So check them out in person before you make your mind up. If I hadn't seen these, I wouldn't have bought them. If I had actually looked at them when I was buying them, I wouldn't have bought them either, but we'll get to that in a minute as well. So check them out, see them in person before you make your mind up. So on to the actual shoe. Fit wise, these are there is a lot of space in the toe box on the left shoe. I find I do have odd feet. My left foot's slightly smaller than my right. My left's slightly smaller than my right. But that's cool. That doesn't matter. They were really comfortable. They are quite wide. I do have really wide feet, so that was good for me. There is some padding under the patent leather. There's loads of padding on the tongue and round the collar and at the heel, so they are really comfortable. There's a wee bit of ventilation because of the vents here. I don't know how well that works because I haven't had them on for any period of time. I've basically just tried them on to feel the fit and how comfortable they are. So I've not given this a proper road test yet. But fit wise, comfort wise, these are awesome. Looks wise, they look much better in person. And quality wise, it's a different story. Now every time I look over these, I find more and more things wrong with them. I just keep finding things. We'll start with the left shoe, which is by far the better of the two. Basically there was lots of there's a bit of glue here, as you can see. There were lots of other parts of glue all over the patent leather. On the stitching, here's a bit that I've never seen before. Here, you can see that. Oh no, that's actually the leather flaking off. That's the leather flaking off of a 2-day-old shoe. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. I never noticed that part before. The paint here is starting to yellow on this part of the shoe. The laces were all frayed, but hey, you can change those. Loose stitching here. Parts of loose stitching here. Bits of glue here. Glue on the patent here. Glue all over the front part of the sole, or the toe. Flaky bits of glue. And this is the best out of the two. I also noticed that these have clearly been worn by someone for a long enough period of time to get them dirty around here. So that's the left. Before I show you the right independently, I'll bring the two of them together. You can clearly see that these are not even the same shape. These aren't tied, the laces are just as loose on each shoe. You can see that the left shoe curves out the way and is much wider around the collar. The right one inverts in the way. The shoes aren't even. I know I'm trying to hold this box up, but you can see the left shoe isn't even. It doesn't sit correctly. If you look at the back, the shape of the shoe, they look like two totally different shoes with the shape of them. These you can see these are different shapes on both shoes. This is the shape of the outsole. This one goes up. This one kinda tries to go straight. So yeah, they don't even match. They're not even a pair. What you would call a pair. They look like two totally different shoes. Just check the time on this. This is the right shoe. For me, this was the worst thing. The worst one. Parts of glue all over here. So as I've cleaned them off, I wish I didn't. So I could have showed you how bad they were. Parts of stitching here. I was going to try and change these yesterday, but I didn't. I'm glad I didn't, because I can get to show you really how bad they are. Leather's flaking here. Frayed laces again. We had loads of glue under here. You can see the bad pieces of glue here. Random bits of white paint or glue, whatever that is. For almost a $200 shoe, this is not acceptable. I need to work for 2.5 full days to be able to afford a pair of these. I don't make a lot of money, and getting this quality just isn't acceptable. Get more loose stitching here. This is the worst part for me. These parts here, if you can see how bad the stitching is here. There's a piece of stitching here connecting the stitching around the lace loop and the collar for some reason. I have no idea why this is here. And this one is just terrible. What is this? The glue here and this piece of stitching. And this is already starting to come apart in here. You can see the loose stitching under here as well. Not acceptable, guys, for a $200 shoe. Seriously. You guys really need to start voting with your wallets. Paying for garbage just because of this just isn't acceptable. And if you keep doing it, it's going to keep happening. The quality of 90s shoes was ridiculous compared to these. These aren't even the same. You'd think they weren't even made by the same company, honestly. As I say, I had lots of hands-on experience with Jordans from a very young age. You used to purchase a Jordan shoe knowing that you were buying the best. You knew they would last, you knew they wouldn't fall apart, you knew that they wouldn't injure you. You knew you were getting what you were paying for. What I tend to signify this box with now is cheap garbage. I tend to find if a Jordan shoe comes in this type of box, you're going to get a piece of shit in here. This grey box is usually filled with rubbish, which isn't acceptable. I originally owned a pair of Jordan 13s. I wore them for a full season, training 3 nights a week, games once or twice a week. They were still in such good condition after that season, and after a couple of years of me not playing, I was able to sell them to a collector for about £50 less than I originally bought them for. And they had been beaten up. They showed no signs of wear. They were amazing. They really were still in excellent quality, and that just wouldn't happen now. I had these, a bit off topic. Bought these in February. I wore them for 3 hours playing basketball, and they fell apart, causing a very serious injury. You can see here where they've used the glue to hold the stitching in place here as well. Now these have been repaired by Nike. I sent these back and these were repaired. Basically this whole part of the shoe, you can see here where the glue's been used. You can see the loose stitching here. I was running up court. I took off to block somebody's shot on a fast break who was on a entire part of the shoe ripped down here, causing me to tear the ligaments in my ankle. This is advertised on the Nike website as a performance shoe. It's not. I would never ever again wear a Jordan Retro for playing basketball. They simply aren't the same quality as they used to be. I had an argument with a guy in a shoe store about when I was buying my cement 3s, and I had complained about the price basically, and he said, well, it costs the same to make them. It still costs the same to make the shoes as it did back then. And the point I brought to the argument was the Jordan 2009 with an articulated 4-foot Zoom Air unit, double stack zoom in the heel, the APT, articulated propulsion technology in the heel, the TPU chassis. And I said, if they can produce that amount of technology, they can put that amount of technology into a shoe for £110, why are you charging £105 for something which is basically plastic on top of a rubber outsole, and that's it. And the guy was stumped. He had no comeback. So it's just not acceptable to be paying almost £200 for something of this quality. If these were made to the original standard, I would have no problem buying them because they would last for years, but these will not last. If you were going to buy these, look at them in store. Sorry about the message again. See what they look like. Them because of this guy. Don't give them the money. Vote with your wallets. If they're junk, don't buy. If you find a good pair and you like them, definitely buy them. See them in person to make your judgment on the contrast between the grain and the patent leather, because it really does make a difference seeing them in real life. I am going to take these back to try and get another pair. If I find a decent pair, I will take them. If all the pairs are like this, then I'm not going to buy them. It's that simple. I'm going to ask for my money back because I'm not paying for this junk anymore. I keep noticing different things. Like this is already coming apart in here as well. It's ridiculous. Just not acceptable for the money that you're paying for these. If you can't find a good pair, don't buy them. Maybe when their profits drop, they'll change. Running out of time on the video, so my first review, I plan on doing more. Way behind because we don't get a lot of releases in the UK, and I don't have a lot of money. Some performance reviews when I can afford to buy some new performance shoes, and also some running shoe reviews as well. I'm running out of time here, so shout out to Nightwing 2303, Willie Barnes, the Martin Dodgers Basketball Club. Peace.